and welcome back to another. Oh, welcome if it's your first time watching me, but welcome or welcome back to an episode of The Collective Speaks by me. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much for clicking, and I hope you'd come back again, and I hope you click again, and I hope you like it and you share it and you subscribe, and I really would appreciate it. One thing about me, I'm gonna just do it. It will be an accent that might not even be a real accent. I'm gonna make an accent. How about that? But yeah, welcome guys, and let's just get straight into it. It's been a while since I did a video in this structure where I'm just like doing segment. I'll even talk about this in one of my segments, but imposter syndrome, yeah, I feel like I just spat. Anyways, imposter syndrome is a real thing. Like sometimes I'll be doing this and then it just dawns on me like, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? But let's get into it because I like to go on a tangent. If you like my Jaded London talk, I always say when I'm rich, there's some places that are going to be staples. Jaded London is one, and a vintage fit is gonna be another. I love those two brands. Love. But anyways, let's get into it. So the first segment is called 3 Things, 1 Heart. And that's basically where we just start off by talking about 3 things that we are grateful for in that week, that day, that moment, that second, that month. And the first thing I'm very grateful for to the Lord God is graduating. Woo! I graduated this year. I started my first uni year was 2022. My course was not 4 years, my course was 3 years, but because I switched course in my first year, I've now graduated this year. But I'm just so grateful to have graduated. Like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm happy. I've already posted a video, so you guys can go watch that. It was a mixture of a vlog and like my advice for people going into uni / graduating in September or October, November, or anytime, whenever people see that video. Whenever you graduate, you watch it. But I'm just so proud of myself and I'm so happy, and I don't know what else to say. I feel like I've spoken about graduation so much, but I'm just so happy. I'm proud of myself. The next thing I'm grateful for is friendships. In this graduation period, not just graduation period, but I just feel like my heart is so full. My graduation day was so special because of my friends, my parents and my brother made it, like, everybody made it a special day. But it was just so special because of the people that I have around me and my friends. And yeah, I mean, I love them. And my graduation dinner, I had a great time. You know, we went out to dinner, we went to Rocker in Aldwych. That was a good time. 2 of my friends did come very late. Like an hour late. But I digress. But I had a great dinner. I loved my outfit. I'm gonna put some pictures because I wore a bandage dress, my first. Sorry, my mind. You see me, yeah? When I send voice notes, I have to cover at least 5 topics minimum. Minimum 5 topics. Even just now when I said minimum, I was gonna go and talk about something else. I don't know how to just stay on track. Yeah, stay on track. But anyways, wore a bandage dress, cute. I had 2 outfits. Unfortunately, the second outfit I didn't get any pictures in, so I'm gonna rewear that outfit. But I looked amazing in my humble opinion. I looked great. I enjoyed my food. After we left the restaurant, I made a whole itinerary, whatever, invite. But after you left the restaurant, we went to Puffy. I can't believe I'm talking about Puffy cookies. I love Puffy cookies. But we went to Puffy Cookies in Soho. We had like your cookie of choice. I got a triple chocolate cookie with soft serve ice cream. Oh my god, I love that place. So we had that, and then You can't go Soho and not enter a naughty shop. But we went to a naughty shop. Unfortunately, it had like 15 minutes left until it closed. So, yeah. Then 3 of my friends left because they all had work, and we that are unemployed were like, oh, okay, we'll stay here. Then we bar hopped. We ended up at this place called Meat and Liquor or Meat and Liquor. I need to go there again. I love that place. And I'm so competitive, and they have games. Man, I love a game. I'm a sucker for a game. So we played games. They had a photo booth. It was just great. We had like frozen margaritas. It was had a great time. But I've just been on a high today. I got some flowers sent to my house by one of my friends. I was thinking, who the fuck is this? But it was one of my friends. I'm just like, mind you, I don't know when you guys are going to see this video, but when I'm recording this, it's the 5th of August. My graduation was on the 22nd, but it was another one of our friends' graduation on that day, so she went to that friend's graduation, so she couldn't come to mine, and she still sent me flowers, and I'm just like, I love you. But I just feel really special. Like, I feel like that girl. I mean, I am. But I just feel like, wow. People really care about me. So yeah, I'm very grateful for my friendships. And another thing I'm grateful for is just the next chapter of life. Now, I say this, but in all honesty, I go in and out. Like, 1 minute, I'm like, what am I doing with myself? And I start panicking and I get overwhelmed. And I'm like, have you ever gotten so overwhelmed that you know that you have stuff to do and you have stuff to sort out, but then because you're so overwhelmed, you can't sort it out? Like, you're just like, okay. And then you get overwhelmed because you're like, I'm not doing anything and I'm not being proactive about what I need to sort out. But then at the same time, you don't sort it out. That is me. But I am very optimistic, and I've had a surge of confidence in myself. You get it? I've had a surge of confidence in myself where I'm like, we're gonna make it. You are. And I think, yeah. I just had a surge of confidence, and I'm like, okay, you are gonna make it, but you're not gonna make it if you don't do anything and if you stay home. Like, who's gonna see you and who's gonna see what you're doing and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to establish when you're at home doing niche? People out there making moves, you're out there doing niche. No one's gonna see you. So as much as it was hard, like, sometimes I'll look at myself and I look at what I'm doing and I'm like, this is cringe. Like, even this right now, I'm very comfortable, so I'm just chatting how I would talk to my friends. But it actually is hard. Like, even posting on TikTok, posting on YouTube shorts, posting on reels, posting on YouTube in itself is so daunting. Like, for me, I have a big personality. However, showing that big personality can be a bit hard. Well, it's not hard with other people. It's hard online. But it's okay. Overall, I'm just very grateful for this surge of confidence that I have. And I feel like I'm ready to take on the next chapter. You know, like, I don't want to be... I believe nostalgia is good, but I don't want to be so nostalgic to the point where I'm ruminating and I'm so focused on the past. Because when you're so focused on the past, it almost gives the impression that you don't think that what the future has in store for you is going to be better. And I know that what the future has in store for me is going to be better than the past. But you just have to embrace it. But another thing that gets me overwhelmed is sometimes I think about all the things that I want to do and achieve, and I'm like, am I even ready for that? Am I even ready? But, you know, as a Christian, I just leave everything to God. Like, I feel like faith without works, it ain't nothing. Well, I don't feel like that. I do feel like that, but that's what they say too. So, yeah, if I want to make something shake, I've got to put in the work and then continue to pray and have faith, but just be consistent. Like, I feel like up until this point, I have been given maybe 30%. But I'm like, okay, with this 30-40% I've put in, look at where I am. It's not like I've achieved anything huge, but if I put in 100% of my time and my energy and my effort, I could be, where could I be? Who even knows where I could be? So yeah, but those are the 3 things that I am grateful for. And yeah, I encourage people to do this. Like, just always try to remind yourself of things that are going right as opposed to the things that are going wrong, because it's so easy to focus on that. The next segment for today is Who's on AUX, which is where we talk about music opinions, trends, artists that we're into, and like our top songs at the moment. So for me, and I told myself before I started this video, I was gonna see how you say his name, but his name is Joe Dwet File, but he is a Haitian man and he sings in French. But oh, that music is sweet. That music is his songs are amazing. Rihanna, for Campe 2 and the original, amazing. There was another one that I discovered. I have to find it, but I just love his music. I wish I could play it, but you know, they don't play about copyright on this app. He just has bangers, like bangers, and I feel like I only started listening to him in the last couple of months, but his music is amazing. So I'm putting you guys on that artist. He's big already, but I'm putting you guys on that artist. Another song that I really like, well, I love Tyla. I think I've said it in another video, but I love Tyla. But there's a song called Faster that I love. Oh, running, running. Wait, let me play a glimpse. Just a un poquito. It's not called Faster, it's called Safer. Great song that. Love it. Tyla, if you got no supporters, and Zara Larsson, she in general, she's having an amazing year. Love her music, and she is like a great example of just the grind. You know what I mean? Like putting the work in, putting that graft in. She is literally a great example, because we here in the UK, we always knew about Zara Larsson. Like, she's been putting out music since I was in like what, primary school, secondary, like early secondary school, primary school. Yeah, that's when I like was first hearing her. She like was being played on the radio. She had a presence in the UK, but the rest of the world is just now getting privy to her, and I just love it. Like, to see the success that she's having, she genuinely deserves it. And what I love about her and Tyla is that I love when we have celebrities that still like have personality and they still show their personality, because all of these celebrities is like, you're just a celebrity. How do I describe it? Like, they don't interact with their audience, and I don't know if it's because they're young, so that might be the difference, but they're famous, but you can tell that they are enjoying, well, at least outwardly, because I don't know them personally yet, but you can tell that they're enjoying what they're doing. Like, they're just enjoying everything that comes with being artists. So I love them, and I'm so happy for Zara. Like, she deserves this. Those are like my top artists, top songs. And obviously Tyla just released her album A-pop, which I can't lie, I am yet to listen to it. I've seen a little bit of discourse around the album, for example, saying that it isn't really pop, and it hasn't been, like, there are songs that should have been on the album that haven't been put on the album, and it just doesn't make sense. I've seen some backlash to her music video for, I think it's the song That Girl. Yeah, there's some backlash to that song. People are talking about the heavy use of AI and it just not really making sense, I guess, to people. There's been discussions about the marketing and just so much, so I need to have more of a scroll and see what people are saying. But irregardless, I love Tyla, and I love that she's showing that African music can also be pop music, because it does feel like, especially when you look at awards like the Grammys, they will have a song that goes in the like African music category that could go in the pop or the R&B, but because the artist is African, it's just African music. And I feel like she's really trying to like break that I don't know, she's just trying to show like, no, just because I'm African artist doesn't mean that all I make is African music. I can make rock, she doesn't mean rock, but you know what I mean, like she can make pop music, she can do the amapiano, she could do the R&B. So I just love what she's doing and I love her, period. Let's move on to the next segment. So the next segment is called Fit Check, and this is where we talk about things that are fashion related. We're talking about trends in the fashion space, things that we think are coming back, things that we hate, things that we love, looks that we like. I feel like the first really obvious one is Capris. Oh, I got some really cute Capris. It's a part of the outfit that I wore or one of the outfits I wore for my grad dinner, but didn't get any pictures in it. But I love the Capris look. I love it. I am struggling to find a good pair of Capris that are, should I say, what language did I just speak? Should I say like spandex material? I don't know. But yeah, I do love a good pair. Slow down. I do love a good pair of Capris. So yeah, that is really exciting. Flip-flops. Now you may be saying like flip-flops, they're literally flip-flops, like they're chanclas, they're sandals, like what? But there are different ways that you can wear flip-flops. Me and my best friend were literally saying, I can't remember the last time I wore a shoe. I had a shoe on my foot, like shoes, wearing shoes to go out. Once you get into the wearing flip-flops, you don't want to put anything else on your feet. Like everything else feels like you're trapped, especially in this heat and this weather. Flip-flops are a yes. The Havaianas, one of my friends recently got me some Havaianas. They're just, I love flip-flops. I will say though, ever since I started wearing flip-flops, I noticed, bro, if you see my back foot right now, my heels, like I didn't need an example, like no, I feel like you can hear. That's insane. I never used to struggle with dry feet. Ever since I started wearing flip-flops, like daily, going out, my heels are horrendous. I never suffered from that. So I guess this is the crime, this is the price you pay. But I love flip-flops. You can wear them with capris. I'm seeing people wear them with jeans. I'm seeing people wear them with skirts. Like, it's just amazing. They're comfortable. It's just, oh, I love it. I love it. I love the whole like flip-flop look. Like we're seeing people wear flip-flops with like baggy joggers, with jorts. It's just, I love it. But sometimes I do think, is this gonna be one of those things that in like 5-10 years I'm like, what do you mean I wore flip-flops and jeans? Like, pardon me? But that's what fashion is about. Even makeup, like the fact that we are now into such heavy blush. Oh, I love a blush look. I love a blush look. I had literally owned Lato and Doja Cat's video, Okay, which is, oh, that is another song I should have said. I love that song. I love them both. I love Doja Cat, I love Lato. That song feels like my anthem. I love it. But her makeup in the video, chef's kiss. Sorry. That makeup is incredible. That's absolutely fantastic. Like, I love it. So yeah, blush is another thing that I'd say that I'm into. Oh no, we're talking about outfits. That blush goes into the next thing. But yeah, I just feel like that's just the whole thing with like fashion and beauty. Things go in and out. So there are things that we're wearing and doing right now that in like 5 years we're gonna be like, and I feel like we are gonna have that with the flip-flops, and we are gonna have that with like blush, but who cares? Who cares? And another thing, well, fashion related, would be jeans. I had a terrible incident. I went to I went to watch the England versus Ghana game and I wore jeans. But obviously baggy jeans are like what's in. I wore baggy jeans, but these jeans, like, I've been losing a little like weight, you know, over the last couple of weeks, which is what I wanted. But these jeans were already big before I lost weight. So I don't know what made me decide to wear them when I'm losing more weight. At this event that I went to, like, go and watch the England versus Ghana game, somebody took a picture of me from the back and my jeans were like falling down and it just made my bum look square and agege and loaf-like. Like, it just looked square and loafy. And since then I haven't worn jeans. I literally have PT, I have not worn jeans. So for me right now, I'm not doing jeans. In this weather, especially in this heat, jeans are a no. But the baggy jeans, they've lost me for a bit. So I'm on the hunt for some good ones for when we go into like autumn and winter. But when I say I haven't touched those jeans since that day, because I'm genuinely embarrassed. Like, have you ever worn something and when you left you looked good, but when you see yourself from another POV, you're like, wait, is this what I look like? I was like, wait, is this what other people see? Like, when I look in the mirror, I see something very good. And then when other people see me, this is what I look like. I couldn't believe my eyes. So, no jeans. No, jeans are a no from me. Let's move on to the next segment, which is called Saves to Favorites, where we talk about any TV shows, movies, documentaries, anything. It could be self-care, it could be makeup, perfumes, candles, just anything that is saved to your favorites, anything you're loving right now. So for me, TV wise, film wise, it would be Spider-Man A Brand New Day. I watched that, I believe the day it came out, with 3 of my friends, and it was a good movie. Like, I have no complaints. I watched the 2 Spider-Mans before that and it was just a great movie. And I was with one of my friends, hadn't watched the other 2. I think that was her first one that she was watching, but she was able to grasp what was going on pretty quickly. And I feel like I like when a movie is, I guess, a sequel, but somebody that hasn't watched it before can still pick up to what is going on. And I feel like who doesn't like a Marvel movie, mate? It was a good movie, you know. I will say though, the part that was like, oh wait, that might be spoiling it. Okay, I'm gonna say something, so if you haven't watched it, you just skip past this bit. Well, no, stay on this segment, but skip past the Spider-Man talk. But when Peter told MJ that he had loved her and like just confessed his love for her, and then she was like, yeah, so like I can understand why, you know, this girl that you're talking about, like, she finally like read the letter. And she's like, I can understand why this girl would love you, you know, it sounds like you two had a really great connection, but like, I don't know you, so I just don't love you. I said, wahala day. I couldn't, dark. Like, in that part of the movie, everybody was like, oh, he took it on the chin. He took it on the chin, but girl. And then she had the cheek to ask, oh, could you take me home? No! Call yourself a cab. But yeah, overall, good movie. Like, I enjoyed that movie. Now, in terms of like beauty and self-care, there are 3 things that I am loving. The first one is Zara's Coconut Jasmine Sugar perfume. Love it, love it, love it. It's somewhere up there. As you can tell, I'm a connoisseur, mate. I have a collection, extensive, and that's not even all of my collection. But I love that perfume. It's coconutty, but it's sweet. Like, the name fits it perfectly. Coconut, jasmine, sugar. That's what you get there, mate. It's amazing and it lasts so long. One thing about Zara, they know what they're doing when it comes to their perfumes. Like, their perfumes are genuinely underrated. If you can't afford maybe a more like expensive, pricier perfume like the designers, Zara do amazing perfumes, and they tend to put out like a new one quite quickly. and sometimes they do like the corresponding candle, and I love candles, so that is something I'm loving. I'm also loving body glitter, which I feel like a lot of the girlies are into the body glitter, body glow. And it's funny because when I was younger, I used to hate like the idea of being oily and glistening. Like it just felt like ew. But now I love a good like body glow, body shimmer, just glitter and just give me everything. Love it. Yes. So there is the Destiny Beauty like body shimmer. Basically it's like a, what is it called, it's in a, the lid is basically a pipette, and then you like squeeze some in, and then you just literally like drop it on you, and it's great. It lasts so long. Like it sometimes even lasts after you bath, and I scrub. I have the sapo, I scrub. But if you don't know what a sapo is, that is an African net sponge. Because like, I'm saying that, but people might not know what that is. But yeah, African net sponge, you scrub, you might see a few specks. Yeah, it lasts very long, and it smells good too. And it's like lotiony, not lotion, but it's lotion. It just, it's hydrating, let me say. Very, very good. And another one which I'm yet to buy, but it's the NYX Fat Oil Body Glow. It's also like similar to the Destiny Beauty one. It's a body shimmer, and it's just great. Like I've seen it, and it looks amazing, and it doesn't transfer onto other clothes, which is like, I need that. And the last thing is the Morphe Chick Thrills, like it's a three pack blush, and I've been wanting it ever since I tried it. And even the way I tried it was so random. Me and my best friend were waiting for the bus, but the bus was taking long, so we're like, okay, let's just go into the Superdrug that was by the bus stop. Went into the Superdrug and we saw that blush, and I was like, even she was like, now hold on, she actually said you need to buy this. And it's £19, which I think for a Morphe product and for something that comes with 3 different types of blushes is amazing. The shade that I'm loving is Après-ski. They have different types of shades, but like for my skin tone, it's just gorgeous. I'm just into the blush. I love the baby doll look. I love it. I actually want to go to a makeup artist just so that they can give me that blush look. Obviously I can do it myself, but a makeup artist should be better than me. So yeah, those are the things that I am loving. Those are what are saved to favorites for me. Again, you can comment below what is saved to favorites for you. Have you used any of these products? Have you watched the movie? If you have, what are your thoughts? And also if you have any recommendations of things that I should try out, watch, whether that's a book, like I said, a TV show, a movie. We're putting each other on. The next segment is called Bird Brain, and this is where we talk about an interesting tweet or Twitter topic or something that's just trending in the social media space. The conversation or the headline has been, straight women not wanting to date bisexual men is homophobic and biphobic. And this is a really interesting one, and I really want to be careful with my words because I'm not trying to get cancelled when I've barely got my feet off the ground, like, yeah. But I don't know, when I first saw that, my immediate answer was like, how? Because my understanding of homophobia and biphobia is a hatred and a fear of people, just like a dislike, like having contempt for people because of the way they choose to live their lives. Somebody choosing to be gay, somebody choosing to be bisexual, and you just having this hatred in your heart for these people. That's what I understood to be biphobia and homophobia. And I was like, I just don't think it's that. As a heterosexual woman, I couldn't seem to understand why a woman wanting to date another straight man and not a bisexual man is homophobic. So long as her reasoning behind not wanting to date the bisexual man isn't rooted in some sort of discrimination, which is, I guess at the same time you could say if you aren't dating them because of that, you are discriminating against them. It's such a loaded conversation. I wish I had somebody else here to talk about it. But yeah, I feel like so long as there isn't a hatred, like you're not choosing to not, what? As long as you are not choosing to not date that person because of some sort of like malice or hatred for people in the LGBTQIA+ community, I just couldn't understand. So I've seen a lot of different takes. I'll try to like put up some TikToks because it's been really interesting, like for me as well, just to learn. Because as a straight woman that was like, I wouldn't date somebody else that isn't straight, but I never had in my mind that because I do believe that it's possible for people to have unconscious biases. It's kind of the same way that some white people say, oh no, I'm an ally and I support Black Lives Matter, or I support minorities and and trying to like campaign and push for their rights. But they too could have unconscious biases, and they could do things that they don't realize have some sort of underlying undertone or racism. That is possible. So yeah, this has been a really interesting conversation to me to see. But I will say, I don't know, like I've seen some POVs that say that women shouldn't have to, like you can't make anybody be interested in someone else, you know? Kind of like if somebody chooses not to date outside of their race, they only want to date like, oh, I only want to date another Black man, I only want to date another Black woman, there shouldn't be an issue with that, and that shouldn't be deemed as racist, so long as their reasoning for not dating people outside of their race isn't xenophobic, isn't because of a hatred for people of different races. It's not that. Because at the end of the day, there's fine shit in every race, every ethnicity. So you could just say, I just have a preference for dating within my race. And it could be as simple as that. It doesn't have to do with any sort of malice or ill intent towards other races. So I've seen people kind of put it to that in this conversation. A bisexual man could be but at the end of the day, if you are straight and he isn't straight, then there is a what's the word, a clash, shall I say? I don't know, it's just really interesting. I'd actually like to know what other people think, because there's been so many different takes. Like there's been takes from straight women that are saying it's not by force. Like there are women who are open to dating bisexual men, so where it's not like there's a scarcity. Then I've also seen bisexual men or gay men saying that the issue with straight women not wanting to date bisexual men is that it means that the dating pool for people in the LGBTQ community is smaller. And then there's people saying that, well, it's not straight women's responsibility to make sure that other people's dating pool is big. It's just a really interesting conversation.
Who wrote it?
Like literally who wrote that?
It didn't come from me.
I wrote it.
A lot of men refuse to date fat women, and that is their preference, so why is this any different? Yeah, men who refuse to date fat women are fat-phobic. We know this. The only actual difference is if you tell a man who refuses to date fat women that he's fat-phobic, he'll be like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I just don't understand the straw manning with this discussion where it's like you think people are trying to force you into doing something. You can date whoever you want to date, not date whoever you don't want to date. But when you group people together who are within the confines of your orientation and say that you refuse to date them, that is obviously indicative of prejudice. And the things that's like, we know this when we talk about colorism. Like 99% of the time when we talk about colorism on this app, it's never like, oh, this person's just mean to these people platonically, like in their social life. No, it's literally accusing someone of not dating someone who's dark skinned. Like the vast majority of colorist conversations on social media are in regards to dating. Like legitimately date who you want to date, but don't sit here trying to pretend that you're not something you very obviously are.
Queers, wrap it up. It's getting weird, okay? The fact that you guys are really telling women that if they don't sleep with bisexual men, they are homophobic and they are not allies to the LGBT cuties is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Mind you, I am a queer woman who dates bisexual men, baby. I have skin in this game, all right? I still think it's weird. And I also don't understand why is it always that women have to make the concessions? Like, women are always the ones that have to allow people into our spaces, into our bodies. Like, it never ends. Like, at what point do we have the right to say, no is a complete sentence. I don't feel like it.
Yes, if you don't date a man because he's bisexual, that is 100% biphobic, or that is 100% rooted in some sort of negative stereotype about bisexual men. Until I can be told otherwise, let me make my point. So basically, you cannot see sexuality. You cannot see any man's sexuality. You can't see anybody's sexuality. People's sexuality are always assumed.
It's a really interesting conversation. I feel like for right now, until I like further educate myself and maybe see more takes that I'm like, okay, I do stick by the fact that I don't think it is inherently homophobic or biphobic, because I agree, it's like I see it as wanting to date somebody who is the same religion. If I am a Christian, like, well, my personal opinion as a Christian, I would prefer to marry somebody who is also a Christian. I don't think that should translate into homophobia, or wrong word, or wrong phobia, let me say. I don't think that should translate to Islamophobia or anti-Semitism, because I would prefer to date someone that is also a Christian. Same way I think that when people in the LGBTQ community don't want to date straight people, I don't think that should translate into heterophobia, if that's even a thing. So I don't know, but I think it's been a really interesting conversation, and this is actually my first time hearing about this. Apparently this is a conversation that pops up every year, so I don't know, but I'd love to know you guys' opinion and your takes. And I think it's important, it's good when conversations like this come up, because as somebody that isn't in the LGBTQ community, I think it doesn't hurt, as an ally, it doesn't hurt to just like be more informed, you know. So yeah, that is the bird brain topic for today. The last segment of the day is what in the world. So today what we're going to talk about is the whole border crisis of Moroccans crossing the border and entering Spain. So I have some notes because I don't want to make any mistakes. Essentially what happened is around 72,000, oh, it's gone up to 72, because I saw this headline on TV, like I watched it, and at that time the figure was, it was between 50 and 60,000, but now 72,000. But around 72,000 migrants crossed from Morocco into the Spanish enclave of Ceuta, if that's how you pronounce it, between July 30th and July 31st. Allegedly, approximately 70,000 people have already returned to Morocco, either willingly, by choice, or were deported. So because of this like just mass influx, they have said that there has been at least 86 deaths, 75 being like in Spain, 75 on the Spanish side and 11 on the Moroccan side. I'm intrigued by that statistic. But they have said that this has been due to either drowning on the way, or a border stampede. So obviously, because apparently how do you return 70,000 people in a day? I don't know about that, but apparently between 2,000 and 5,000 migrants are still in Ceuta, and that includes over 800 unaccompanied minors who just legally cannot be deported. And before this, before recording this, I actually saw a video of a little boy. They said he was around 12 years old, crying on his own, and he had just been left in Spain. No sign of his parents, any siblings, whoever he came with. He was just on his own. And yeah, when we watched the video, because it was me and my parents, when me and my parents watched the video of them like coming over like through the sea, we were like in shock. To think that some of these people swam the whole way, some of these people came by boat, but some of these people swam the whole way and came with infants. Apparently, Ceuta's population nearly doubled overnight because of the amount of people that came over, and this caused a collapse in like local housing, food, water resources, and etc. And my mom literally put it to me, could you imagine? She said, imagine if I came to your house with 50 of my family members. How are you expected to feed them or clothe them? Like, how do you prepare yourself to take care of this many people in one day? Don't get me wrong, I am not somebody that is against migration. I wouldn't even be if it wasn't for migration, but it's definitely a lot. Like, I can imagine the shock of, wait, my town, the amount of people here has almost doubled in a day. That the impact that that has on the other people that are actually living in that region is insane. So apparently this surge happened because of some fake social media rumors of the borders being open to the Moroccans, but also there was a I can't speak today a Supreme Court ruling that basically said that they were going to be like limiting deportation. So people basically people basically thought, oh, let me try my luck. And so because of this led to obviously the Spanish like really knuckling down and saying like, no. I believe I watched the Prime Minister say that they were actually viewing this as an attack and we're not going to take this lightly. So this led to them deploying military across the border and building a 500-meter like floating seawall to basically, I guess, prevent future crossings across the border. But what has been one of the most interesting things about this whole situation to me is the fact that, did you know that Ceuta is not even in Europe? Ceuta is in Africa. Spain is in Africa. Spain is in Europe. So this territory that the Spanish are saying like no to the at least no to the Moroccans entering in that way, geographically is in Africa. So it technically does belong to Morocco. And I'm actually going to try and put up some pictures, because when I saw it I was like, how do they have the right to deny the Moroccans from entering an area that is basically still Morocco? But apparently politically it belongs to Europe and is a part of the European Union and belongs to Spain. And it literally took me back to a video that I had made before. I essentially discussed the issues with the Berlin Conference, which you may be thinking, what are you talking about? But the Berlin Conference is basically a conference where like some of the biggest countries in the world at the time, so you're looking at like England, France, Belgium, Germany, came together and divided up Africa. And this was known as like the Scramble for Africa, but divided up Africa. They like basically redesigned the borders based on resources and based on which pieces of land and areas of land they had interest in. And so you can imagine that had it not been for that conference, which basically redesigned the borders of Morocco, Ceuta would be their land. It wouldn't belong to Spain, especially because it's on like the coast of North Africa. So it's really hard to imagine people in their own country being denied access or entry into another part of their own country because it belongs to another country in a whole other continent. It's just really insane. Like, this is the issue with colonization right here. I think all around it's sad. I have seen some like videos where people that crossed the borders were interviewed and said that they just came for fun, they came for a holiday, or yeah, I just did it for fun, like, oh, I didn't want to be here, I plan to go back. Or there's been TikToks where they show the lives that the people that cross the border are living back home in Morocco, and it's like, No shade, but they're living perfectly fine. Like, they're living better in Morocco than they'd be living here. So I've seen videos like that, but I think it's not like that would be the case for all of them. Like, it's not like this 50 to 70k people were all just coming for shits and giggles. There are people that came and genuinely risked their lives. I don't think the mothers that travelled with newborn babies, infants, travelled for fun. They travelled because it's a last resort, and I think it's just a sad situation. Like, no one puts themselves through a situation like that unless they're in dire need. Like, you genuinely are endangering your life in the hopes of a better life and a better future, or a better life and future for your children and your family. Yeah, it's just sad having to see like the lengths that people have to go to. And I think things like this really do have to make you grateful, because the only difference between a lot of us and the people that do end up taking these like really dangerous journeys is just genuinely geographical luck. You just were fortunate enough to be born in a country that you maybe aren't struggling in, or obviously there's no war going on in Morocco, but in cases where people are fleeing from war, or are fleeing because of famine, or fleeing because their country is unstable and all kinds of things, the only difference between you and them is that you happen to be born where you are. So that is the end of that segment and the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched to the end, thank you so much for watching. I would give you a kiss in real life if I could. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you actually do enjoy like these segment style videos, because I do. I did enjoy this video. And let me know if there's any more topics that you'd like me to talk about. Is there anything that I missed? Are there any of the opinions or the takes that I gave that you were like, you agree with, you don't agree with? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe on this video. And thank you guys so much. And I will see you again another time. Yeah. Bye.